Have you ever just stopped and thought, I wonder what secrets are hidden in plain sight?
Yeah.
Like just below the surface of everything we see and touch and experience every day? Like what if everyday objects and just like the normal things that happen all around us are like whispering these secrets,
Right.
but we just haven't learned how to understand them yet, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
So today, that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
Oh, cool.
We are going to grab our virtual shovels.
Yeah.
And we are going to dig into a whole batch of fascinating discoveries and new findings,
Well.
all powered by artificial intelligence.
AI.
AI, yeah.
Very cool.
And you know, AI is really changing so many different fields.
Totally.
And it's even impacting like our everyday lives in ways that I think a lot of people don't even realize.
Yeah.
So for this deep dive, you sent me a really interesting PDF.
Oh, yeah.
Exploring the impact of AI across a bunch of different fields. So we're going to be looking at how AI is being used in science,
Okay.
in history,
Cool.
in art even.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty diverse. Like
Yeah.
the range of topics is really interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got quite the puzzle box to sift through today.
I do.
Cool.
It's going to be fun though.
It will be, yeah.
So, you know, one of the things that we're going to try to do today
Okay.
is really connect these seemingly separate pieces and figure out like what the real takeaway messages are.
Okay.
So we're not just going to like tick off a list of facts.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
The idea is to make this information meaningful to you.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Exactly.
Sure.
So you can actually use it.
Yeah.
And really get a better understanding of how AI is changing the world.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So get ready for some surprises.
Oh, okay.
Because we're going to be jumping around a little bit.
Okay.
We'll be going from the, you know, microscopic world
Okay.
to massive archaeological landscapes.
Cool.
We'll be looking at art and history and science.
Wow, this is like a real deep dive.
It is. It's a real deep dive.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, let's dive right in.
Let's do it.
So let's start with the most basic building blocks of life itself.
Okay.
DNA.
Oh, DNA.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we all know that DNA is like the blueprint for life.
Right.
You know, it's what makes us who we are.
Yeah, it determines our traits and everything.
Exactly. But what if DNA is more than just a blueprint?
Oh, okay. More than a blueprint.
What if it's like a language?
A language.
Yeah.
Hmm.
With like hidden meanings and instructions.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Right.
So like a code to crack?
Kind of.
Okay.
So scientists at the Dresden University of Technology
Okay.
have developed this really cool AI tool called Grover.
Grover.
Yeah.
I like that.
And Grover analyzes DNA as if it were a language.
Really?
Yeah.
Like analyzing its grammar and syntax and semantics?
Exactly.
That's so interesting.
So they're looking for patterns
Okay.
in the DNA sequence, just like we would look for patterns
Okay.
in a sentence or in a paragraph.
Wow, so AI is reading DNA like it's a book.
Right.
That's incredible.
And the thing is, we've known for a while that most of our DNA doesn't actually code for proteins.
Yeah, that's the non-coding DNA, right?
Exactly.
Like 98 or 99% of it, I think.
It's a huge amount,
Yeah.
like 98 to 99% of our DNA.
Wow.
It's just this mystery.
Right.
You know, scientists have been trying to figure out what it does.
Yeah, what's its purpose?
Exactly. And that's where Grover comes in.
Oh, cool.
So Grover is helping us to understand this non-coding DNA
Wow.
by looking for patterns in the sequence of A, T, G, and C.
Okay, the 4 bases of DNA.
Right, those 4 bases.
Right.
So it's looking for things like gene promoters,
Okay.
protein binding sites, and epigenetic markers. So these are like the control switches.
The control switches.
Yeah.
That determine how and when our genes are expressed.
So it's like the instruction manual within the DNA.
Exactly. And Grover helps us to find those instructions.
That's incredible. So it's not just about the individual letters in our genetic code,
Right.
but it's about how those letters are organized.
Yeah, the structure.
Exactly, and what signals they're sending.
Oh, cool.
And one of the researchers on the Grover project,
Okay.
her name is Anna Poet.
And a poet.
She said that this deeper understanding of DNA could completely transform personalized medicine.
Wow, personalized medicine. That's like the holy grail, isn't it?
It is. It's like the future of medicine.
Yeah, being able to tailor treatments to an individual's DNA.
Exactly. So if we can really crack the code of our DNA,
Right.
then we can move towards much more precise and effective treatments.
Yeah, like targeted therapies.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And it's not just about identifying a gene that's linked to a disease.
Right.
It's about understanding the whole regulatory network.
Yeah, the complex interactions.
Exactly.
Oh, this is really groundbreaking stuff.
It is. It's really exciting.
It is.
So we've gone from the microscopic world within us
Right.
to an equally unseen world all around us.
Okay, what's that?
And this is a discovery on a massive scale.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So while Grover has been busy decoding our DNA, another AI,
Okay.
this one named Luca,
Luca.
has stumbled upon a hidden universe of RNA viruses.
RNA viruses. Wow.
Yeah.
And a whole universe of them.
I know, it's crazy.
That's incredible.
So in a single study,
Okay.
Luca identified over 160,000 new species
160,000?
of RNA viruses.
That's mind-blowing.
I know, it's a huge number.
Yeah.
Just absolutely mind-boggling.
It is, yeah.
And one of the scientists who was involved in this research,
Okay.
Professor Edward Holmes,
Mm-hmm.
he described it as a window into an otherwise hidden part of life on Earth.
Wow. That's a great way to put it.
And these viruses weren't just like your average everyday viruses. They were found in some really extreme environments.
Oh, like
boiling hot springs.
boiling hot springs.
Yeah. Deep sea hydrothermal vents.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Places where we thought life could barely exist.
Yeah, the limits of life as we know it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it really makes you wonder about the adaptability of life.
It really does, yeah.
Like, how can these things survive in such harsh conditions?
Right.
So how did Luca manage to find all these viruses?
Okay, yeah. How did it do that?
So Luca is a deep learning algorithm,
Okay.
and it's basically like a super smart pattern recognition machine.
Good.
And it analyzed this massive amount of genetic data
Yeah.
from all these different environments.
Okay.
And it was looking at viral genomes that were up to 47,250 nucleotides long.
Wow. It's a long string of genetic code.
It's a lot of data.
Yeah.
So it was crunching all this data and it was looking for patterns.
Okay.
And what's really cool is that Luca wasn't just finding known viruses more efficiently.
Oh, okay.
It was actually identifying entirely new viruses.
Entirely new ones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Genetic sequences that scientists had never seen before.
Like finding a new species.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
And these new viruses are like the genetic dark matter.
Dark matter. I like that.
Yeah, it's like this hidden world of genetic diversity.
Yeah, a whole new universe.
Exactly. And RNA viruses are particularly interesting
Okay, why is that?
because they can adapt and evolve really quickly.
Oh, right. They mutate rapidly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And their ability to survive in these extreme environments really gives us some clues about how life might have originated on Earth.
Oh, that's fascinating.
So another scientist who worked on this project,
Okay.
Dr. Xiaorong Li, she said that this is a significant integration of cutting-edge AI and virology.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it has huge implications for understanding how viruses interact with different ecosystems.
Right.
And even with us humans.
Yeah, because viruses could jump between species.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this knowledge could be really important
Okay.
for predicting and preventing future viral outbreaks.
Right, like pandemics.
Yeah.
That's so important.
It is.
Wow, this is really amazing stuff.
It is.
Yes,
So from the hidden realm of viruses, let's journey to the ancient world.
How cool.
And another set of really cool discoveries.
Okay, ready.
So we're going to the Nazca Desert in Peru.
The Nazca lines.
Yes, the mysterious Nazca lines.
Oh, I love those.
Me too.
So cool.
So for those who don't know,
Okay.
the Nazca lines are these massive geoglyphs
Right.
etched into the desert floor.
Yeah.
And they've been a mystery for decades.
Yeah, no one knows for sure who made them or why.
Exactly. But now AI is helping us to uncover a whole new chapter
Oh, really? A new chapter?
in this ancient story.
Wow, okay.
So a team of researchers from Yamagata University in Japan and IBM's Thomas J. Watson Research Center
Okay.
have used AI to discover 303 previously unknown geoglyphs.
303?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know, it's a huge number.
Wow.
So they used these high-resolution aerial images
Okay.
and advanced AI algorithms to
Oh.
scan over 600 square
That's
kilometers
600 square kilometers. Wow.
of terrain.
That's a vast
It
area.
is a huge area.
Wow.
And the AI flagged over 47,000 potential sites.
47,000 potential sites.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So out of those 47,000 sites,
Okay.
they confirmed 303 new geoglyphs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And were they all like the traditional ones we know, or?
Well, Some of them were so subtle
Okay.
that they were almost invisible to the naked eye.
Oh, wow.
And there are all sorts of different designs.
Like what?
Like birds,
Go ahead.
spiders, and even an orca.
An orca.
Yeah.
Holding a knife.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. So these new geoglyphs
Okay.
are generally smaller and more detailed
Okay.
than the larger ones.
Okay.
And archaeologists think that they were probably used for different purposes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, like, what do they think?
Well, they think that the smaller ones might have been used in rituals
Oh.
or as, like, symbolic markers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
So, like, personal or family ones, maybe?
possibly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So AI is helping us to understand the Nazca people better.
Exactly.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It's really cool.
It is.
So this discovery basically doubles the number of known Nazca lines.
Doubles them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's really changing our understanding of the Nazca civilization.
That's incredible.
And it's a great example of how AI can enhance human expertise in archaeology.
Yeah, it's like a superpowered assistant for archaeologists.
Exactly.
Wow.
So from these visual puzzles in the sand,
Right.
let's move to the challenge of deciphering
Okay.
one of humanity's earliest forms of written communication.
Oh, cool. What's that?
Cuneiform.
Cuneiform.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Those wedge-shaped symbols
Exactly.
pressed into clay tablets.
Right.
The oldest writing system.
It is. It's the oldest writing system that we know of.
Yeah, from ancient Mesopotamia.
Exactly.
Wow.
So cuneiform gives us this direct connection
Okay.
to life in Mesopotamia
Yeah.
over 5,000 years ago.
That's incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But there's a problem.
Okay, what's that?
There are hundreds of thousands
Hundreds of thousands.
of these clay tablets
Wow.
that are just sitting in museums and archives,
Yeah.
untranslated.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, so there's all this knowledge locked away,
I know.
just waiting to be deciphered.
And there aren't enough experts
Right.
who can read cuneiform.
Yeah, it's a very specialized skill.
It is.
Ugh.
So this is where AI comes in.
Okay, AI to the rescue again.
Yeah.
Cool.
So archaeologists and computer scientists in Israel
Oh,
have developed this really cool AI tool
yeah.
that can translate Akkadian cuneiform into English
Wow.
almost instantly.
That's amazing.
I know, it's like having a digital Rosetta Stone.
A digital Rosetta Stone. That's a great analogy.
Right. And the technology is very similar to what powers those language translation apps.
Okay, like Google Translate.
Exactly.
So it's trained on a massive data set of cuneiform texts
Right.
and their corresponding English translations.
And it's able to learn the patterns and the correspondences.
Yeah. The relationships between the symbols and the meaning.
Exactly.
So cool.
So the team that developed this AI,
Okay.
they were led by Guy Guffer from Tel Aviv University,
Okay.
and they published their findings in the journal PNexus.
PNexus. Okay.
And they were able to achieve these really impressive results, even though they had limited training data.
Oh, wow. So the AI is pretty good at learning.
It's really good at learning.
That's impressive.
And what's really exciting is that Akkadian was the dominant language
Okay.
of Mesopotamia
Mm.
for nearly 3,000 years.
3,000 years.
Wow. So this AI is basically bringing this ancient language back to life.
Oh, wow. Bringing it back to life. I
Oh.
love that.
Yeah.
So cool.
And it's unlocking all these stories.
Yeah, like what kind of stories?
Stories about trade,
Okay.
mythology,
Cool.
daily life.
Wow.
All these things that we never knew about before.
That's incredible.
So it's really opening up this whole new window
Yeah.
into the past. So from deciphering ancient languages,
Okay.
let's shift gears
Okay.
and talk about something a little more modern,
All right.
the world of art.
Art. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So recently there was a big controversy
Oh, a controversy.
in the art world
Okay.
about AI-generated art.
Oh, yeah. I heard about this.
It was at the Sony World Photography Awards.
Okay.
So this German artist,
Okay.
Boris Eldagsen,
Boris Eldagsen.
he submitted an image
Okay.
called Pseudomnesia, the electrician.
Pseudomnesia. The electrician. Okay.
And he won the Creative Open category.
Wow. He won.
But here's the twist.
Okay. What's the twist?
The image wasn't actually a photograph.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was created using AI.
Oh, wow. So it was AI generated art.
Exactly.
Wow. And they gave him the award.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When he did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose.
Yeah, he said it was a test
A test.
to see if the judges could tell the difference
Oh, wow.
between AI art and real photography.
That's so interesting.
And he actually refers to himself as a cheeky monkey.
A cheeky monkey.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's got a sense of humor about it.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And he said that the image had this really eerie, dreamlike quality.
Okay.
which he thought should have been a clue.
A clue that it wasn't a real photograph.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So his goal was to start a conversation
Okay.
about AI's place in the art world.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he believes that AI, art, and photography are fundamentally different
Mm-hmm.
and that they shouldn't be competing
Right.
in the same category.
I can see his point.
Right.
Yeah.
So the photo itself
Okay.
showed two women from different generations with these really haunting expressions. And it had this kind of surreal vibe.
I see.
So the World Photography Organization, they initially accepted his entry,
Okay.
but when he revealed that it was AI generated,
Right.
they revoked the award.
They did.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they said that they were going to clarify their rules
Oh.
to focus on traditional photography skills.
So no AI art allowed.
Yeah, they're drawing a line in the sand.
Wow, that's a strong stance.
It is.
Yeah.
So this whole incident has really raised some tough questions
Yeah, like what?
about creativity
Right.
and the definition of art.
Right.
Like, what does it even mean to be creative?
Yeah, when an algorithm can create art.
Exactly.
That's a deep question.
It is. It's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's something that we're going to have to grapple with as AI becomes more and more sophisticated.
Definitely.
So from the intersection of AI and art,
Okay.
let's turn to a more serious topic.
Okay.
The potential dangers
Danger.
of unregulated AI chatbots.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a big concern.
It is.
Yeah.
And there was a really tragic case in Florida
Okay.
that really highlights these risks.
Okay.
So this 14-year-old boy,
Okay.
his name was Susetzer III.
Susetzer the third.
Yeah.
Okay.
He developed this really strong emotional bond with an AI chatbot.
With a chatbot.
Yeah. On this app called Character AI.
Character.ai. Okay.
So on Character AI, you can chat with all these different AI characters.
Okay.
You know, like historical figures.
Oh, okay.
Celebrities.
Cool.
Fictional characters, all sorts of things.
That sounds fun.
It does sound fun.
Yeah.
But Sue, he chose to chat with a character named Daenerys Targaryen.
Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Sue struggled with anxiety
Okay.
and a mood disorder.
Oh.
And the chatbot became like this really close confidant.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is sad.
Yeah.
And, you know, he would share his feelings of loneliness and despair with the chatbot. And the chatbot would respond in a way that made him feel like it cared.
Oh, no, that's so dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
And tragically, before he died,
Oh, no.
Sue sent a message to the chatbot.
A message to the chatbot.
Yeah. And the message said, "What if I told you I could come home right now?"
Oh, my God, that's heartbreaking.
It's really, really sad.
Yeah.
And then he used his stepfather's gun
Oh.
to end his life.
Oh, my God, that's just awful.
It's really, really awful.
Yeah.
So his mother,
Okay.
Megan L. Garcia, she filed a lawsuit
A loss.
against Character AI.
Oh.
And she's alleging that the company failed to protect its users
Blah.
and that the chatbot actually worsened Sue's mental state.
Right. By encouraging his suicidal thoughts.
Yeah, by not discouraging his suicidal thoughts.
Right.
And by misleading him into believing that it cared.
Yeah, that it had real emotions.
Exactly.
Wow.
So Character AI has expressed their condolences, and they've implemented some safety updates.
Like what kind of updates?
Like they now direct users to suicide prevention resources,
Okay.
and they've limited the exposure of younger users to sensitive content.
Okay, so they're trying to prevent this from happening again.
Yeah, they're trying to make it safer. But a lot of people have criticized them for not doing enough soon enough.
Yeah, like these measures are too little too late.
Exactly.
Wow. This is a really tough situation.
It is. It's a really complex issue.
Yeah.
And it raises these really important questions.
Yeah, about the ethics of AI.
Exactly.
And the responsibility of AI developers.
Right, because AI is becoming so powerful
Yeah.
and it can have such a huge impact on people's lives. So we really need to think carefully about how we develop and deploy these technologies.
For sure.
And we need to make sure that we're protecting vulnerable users.
Absolutely.
So from that really tragic story,
Okay.
Let's switch gears again
All right.
and talk about a more positive application of AI
Oh,
in archaeology.
archaeology. Cool.
Yeah. So this time, we're going back to Mesopotamia.
Back to Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
Cool.
So archaeologists believe that there are still countless undiscovered sites
Oh, really?
in this region.
Wow.
But the area is so vast.
Right. Mesopotamia is huge.
It's huge
Yeah.
that traditional surveying methods
Mm-hmm.
are just really time-consuming.
Right. And labor-intensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where AI is proving to be incredibly useful.
Oh, cool. How so?
So researchers at the University of Bologna
Okay.
have developed an AI system
Mm-hmm.
that can scan satellite images
Satellite images.
and can identify potential archaeological sites
Wow.
with an accuracy rate of about 80%.
80%. That's really good.
It's really impressive.
Yeah.
And they published their findings
Okay.
in the journal Scientific Reports.
Scientific reports. Okay.
So this AI is able to recognize subtle patterns in
Right.
the landscape
Mm-hmm.
that might indicate the presence of buried structures
Oh, wow.
or ancient settlements.
So it's like seeing through the ground?
Kind of.
That's amazing.
And it can do this so much faster
Yeah.
than humans.
Right. AI is really good at processing large data sets.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it can detect these tiny little details that even experienced archaeologists might miss.
Wow. So it's like having a second set of eyes
Exactly.
that are superpowered.
Right.
Cool.
So it's not just about finding like these big, obvious ruins.
Yeah.
It's about finding the more subtle clues.
Yeah. The hidden pattern.
Exactly.
Great.
And the AI uses this technique called remote sensing,
Remote sensing.
which combines satellite technology
Okay.
with older maps and records.
Oh, great.
So it's like layering all this information together
Yeah.
to get a more complete picture.
That's really cool.
So this technology has the potential
Yeah.
to discover lost cities
Wow.
and map out ancient trade routes.
That's incredible.
And it's really changing the way that archaeologists are working.
Yeah. It's like a new era of archaeology.
It is.
Powered by AI.
Right.
Right.
But it's important to remember
Right.
that AI is a tool.
Right.
It's not a replacement
Yeah.
for human archaeologists.
It's a partnership.
Exactly.
Okay. That makes sense.
So from ancient ruins, let's move to a very pressing global challenge.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Antibiotic resistance.
Antibiotic resistance. Yeah. That's a big one.
It is.
Yeah.
So as you know, the overuse of antibiotics has led to the emergence of superbugs,
Antibiotics.
like MRSA,
MRSA.
which
yes.
are really difficult to treat.
Yeah, they're resistant to most antibiotics.
Exactly.
It's a scary problem.
It is a scary problem.
Yeah.
And the development of new antibiotics has really slowed down
Right.
in recent decades.
Yeah.
So we're kind of running out of options.
Yeah. It's not good.
It's not good. But there is some hope
Oh, so hoping.
on the horizon.
Okay, thanks to AI.
AI again. Wow. It's really versatile.
It is. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So a team of researchers at MIT,
Okay.
led by James Collins,
James Collins.
they've used